So very good evening to all of you. So in the last session, beta, we have started chapter number 5, decision making. Has completed some of the questions on relevant costing. We have understood if the cost is relevant, then we should consider that cost in decision making. While if the cost is irrelevant cost, that shouldn't be considered in decision making at all. And how a student can bifurcate between relevant cost and the irrelevant cost, the tests are very simple. If a cost fulfill both the conditions of relevancy, then it will be a relevant cost. Even non-fulfillment of any of the condition will lead to that cost becoming irrelevant cost. Can you please recall, without referring to the study material or the notes, what are those two conditions that make a cost a relevant cost? What are those two conditions? Just try to recall on your own without referring to the study material. Okay, so those two conditions are, the very first condition is cost must be a future cost. It means if the liability of that particular cost has not yet been incurred, we can say that cost is a future cost. The second condition is such future cost must change according to my decision in hand. Although it's a future cost, but all the future costs are not the relevant cost. Such future cost must change according to my decision in hand. Then only the changed amount will be considered as a relevant cost. We have seen the condition of relevancy of fixed cost. There are two conditions which is based on the condition of relevancy, that if fixed cost is given in totality and that total fixed cost is changing due to my decision in hand, then only the fixed cost is relevant one. Okay. The word absorption, allocation, apportionment, charging, recovery, if all kind of irrelevant cost, they will not be considered while taking the decision. Okay. So Kanimoji, good evening, beta. Fatima, a very good evening. So let's start some more questions on relevant costing so that both the condition can be tested multiple times during our class session. Whether it's a direct material, whether it's for labor, whether it's for variable overhead, whether it's for fixed overhead. Condition of testing the cost as relevant will remain same. The cost must be a future cost and such future cost must change according to my decision in hand. Okay, chill. Aye beta. Now please open page number 23, illustration number 6. Page number 23, illustration number 6. Page number 23, illustration number 6. Can we start? देखिए बेटा, Excel polymer located in Fahidabad industrial area manufacture high quality industrial product. AT Industry has asked Excel Polymer for a special job that must be completed within 1 week. So let me be very clear, because there are two companies given in the first two lines. The Excel Polymer is our company. They manufacture high quality industrial product. One of the customers known as AT Industry has asked our company for a special job that must be delivered within a week. Okay. Raw material, highly toxic. We have, I think, have a discussion in the last session regarding the word highly toxic. Okay. It is the rarest of the rare case, but in case you in manufacturing process of your, you require the consumption of highly toxic raw material, you have to take a license to use such raw material. Important word is to use such raw material. For any reason, if you are having the stock of such highly toxic raw material and it has been in irregular use, then in the last session, I have already told you that this cannot be thrown away in the surrounding, because it will be harmful to the society at large. We cannot sold such raw material, because if it is highly toxic material, might be it can be handed over in the wrong person hand. So it is not allowed by the government. So the only option in take of highly toxic raw material is to destroy such raw material, and the destroying such raw material will definitely incur some cost. In the last session, we have done a question regarding the highly toxic, but in that particular question, since the destroyal cost is not given, therefore we have ignored the word toxic. While in this particular question, you will see that not only the realizable value, replacement cost, but also the destroyal cost of the product is given in the question. Okay, chaliye dekhiye beta. So raw material R1 is needed, which is highly toxic, will be needed to complete the customer special job. Excel Polymer, that is our company, purchased R1 raw material 2 weeks ago for 7,500 for a job that recently was completed. We have already purchased raw material R1 2 weeks ago for a different job known as A that was already completed. R1 currently in stock if the excess from that job, and Excel Polymer had the planning to dispose of it. So if job के लिए we have purchased raw material R1 and the raw material R1 is currently in stock because we have excessively purchased that raw material for the purpose of job A, and our company is planning to dispose of it. Okay. Now tell me, beta, whether this word indicate the resale option or destroy option. Had been planning to dispose of it. Company plan kar rahi hai. Whatever excess raw material we are having in the form of R1, company will dispose of it. Whether this indicate the resale of irregular use raw material or the destroyal of irregular use raw material. Waiting for your answers. In the normal parlance, beta, resale can be for resale, the terminology can be I will dispose it of. It is the rarest of the rare case, the destroyed variety. Just because of the word dispose of has been used, we cannot consider it as a destroyed variety. I will tell you what are the keywords that will be given to you in the question whenever the destroyed variety is there. The most simplest form will be the word destroyed has been given to you. But in this particular question, the word destroy has not been used by the question, but the word dispose it of doesn't mean that it's a destroy variety. I will show you how we can identify it. Okay, beta? Chaliye dekhiye. Company estimate that it cost them 1,250 to dispose of the raw material R1. Can you now tell me whether this line indicate that we have to destroy such raw material, or still we can assume that no, it's a resale variety. Irregular use raw material will be resale in the market. This line below. Excel Polymer estimate that it would cost them 1,250 to dispose of the R1 raw material. Whether now it has been confirmed that R1 is a highly toxic material. If not in regular use, we have to destroy that raw material. Now, through this line, whether we can confirm ourselves that yes, now R1 is to be destroyed, it is not to be resold. Yes, beta, definitely very good. A word has been given in this that it would cost the company. The word is given, it would cost the company, cost them 1,250. This word is very important, cost them. So the word dispose of along with the word cost them indicate that this is the variety related to destroyal of raw material. Current replacement cost is rupees 6,000. Now tell me, beta, whether 7,500 and 6,000 are relevant cost or irrelevant cost. You have to fulfill both the conditions. Cost must be a future cost and future cost must change due to my decision in hand. In this particular question, the decision in hand is special order of 80 industries. Please communicate to me whether 7,500 and 6,000 are relevant one or irrelevant one. I'm waiting for your answer, beta. Please communicate fast. Okay, very good. Kanimoji, Fatima, Baumik. Correct answer, beta. They are the irrelevant one. 75 is irrelevant because it's a past cost. Unless and until the cost is future cost, it will not be a relevant one. So 7,500 is irrelevant because it's a past cost. Rupees 6,000 is irrelevant because the quantity required in special order is already we are having. So there is no need to purchase any new raw material since the raw material is irregular use raw material. Since no need to buy the raw material R1, therefore the replacement price of 6,000 is also irrelevant. Now it's very, very important, beta, please listen. This 1250 is undoubtedly relevant, but it's not a relevant cost. In fact, it will be a relevant revenue. Just think over it. 1,250 is not a relevant cost. In fact, it's a relevant revenue. Just think over it, beta. 12,050 is relevant, but it's not a relevant cost. It's a relevant revenue. The logic is very simple, beta. If we didn't receive the special order from AL Industries, then what we are planning? We are planning to destroy such raw material. If we destroy such raw material, how much it will cost? 1,250 it will cost. So please listen very carefully, beta. Na? There will be an outflow in case there has been no special order. Clear hai point? There has been an outflow if there is no special order. Now, if we accept the special order of that customer, we can use raw material R1 into the production process. Therefore, now no need to destroy such raw material R1. Before the special order, we are having an outflow of 1,250. Now, due to special order, there is no need of destroyal. We can use such raw material in the production process. So, therefore, due to special order, rupee 1,250 outflow has been avoided. Here, outflow has been avoided due to special order. So, it will be a benefit for the organization. It will not be a cost to the organization. Just think over it, beta. Before special order, there is an outflow because we are destroying raw material R1. After special order, we are using such raw material in the special order. Though there is no need of any outflow. Okay. So indirectly, due to special order, the outflow of 1,250 has been avoided. So it's a relevant benefit to the organization, not a relevant cost. Whether it's clear to each and everyone, beta, please communicate with yes or no, because it's a very special and rare point in our chapter number 5. I think this is the first and last question in which we are having the toxic raw material destroyal cost. So it's very important that we must clearly understood the treatment of destroyal option. Please communicate with yes or no, beta. Then I assume that why it is considered relevant revenue has been understood by you. ओके बेटा, चलिए सबने यस बोला है, मतलब अब अपन आगे बढ़ सकते हैं. नाउ Raw material is completed. Now, what about the labor cost? If special job required 250 hours of G1, grade 1 we can say, and 100 hours of grade 2. We require two category of labor, grade 1 and grade 2. Company pays their grade 1 and grade 2 employee 630 and 336 respectively for 42 hours of work per week. If we want to convert in per kg, tell me the amount of per kg. 630 divided by 42. 630 divided by 42, it's 15 rupee. And 336 divided by 42, it's 8 rupee per hour. Okay. Now, third para. Excel polymer anticipate having excess capacity of 150 G1 and 200 G2 labor hour in the coming week. So companies already having idle capacity of G1 and G2, idle capacity of 150 hour of category G1 and 200 hours of category G2. Company can hire additional category of labor on an hourly basis. These part-time employees are paid on hourly wage rate based on the wages paid to the current employees. So it's a very, very simple calculation, beta. I am waiting for you. I am giving you 2 to 3 minutes to solve this on your own. Tell me the relevant cost of labor G1 and tell me the relevant cost of labor G2. And mind it, beta, both the conditions should be fulfilled. Cost must be a future cost and the labor cost in totality must change according to my decision in hand, that is due to this spatial order. The requirements are given in this para while the idle time are given in this para. You have to correlate them and tell me what extra cost I am incurring in case of grade 1 and grade 2. Those extra costs will be known as relevant cost of labor. Okay, so I'm giving you 2 to 3 minutes to solve this question on your own. Solve this labor part on your own and communicate me the answer below. Okay, Pradeep, one more South Indian student and one more South Indian student, Rajamani, have given me the correct answer. Very good, beta. If I'm not wrong, beta, the pronunciation is Tirupati Manikam. Okay, very good, beta. You have given the right answer. Last 1 minute, beta. It's very easy. Try to complete the answer and provide me your answer. What, according to you, is the relevant cost of grade 1 labor and grade 2 labor? Okay, Pradeep, you rightly answered. What about Central India, North India student, beta? I have received an answer only from the South Indian students. Okay, Bhavin, please reconsider your answer, beta, because the answer of grade 2 is wrong, while answer of grade 1 is correct. रश्मि करेक्ट आंसर है बेटा, वेरी गुड। तो देखिए बेटा बहुत सिंपल था। We require 250 hours of grade 1 labor while 150 grade hours are in excess capacity. So you know that idle time is the time during which there is no production, but still organization will have to pay for such hour. So if 150 hours का पहले भी payment जा रहा था, now the payment will also go for 150 hour. The only difference will be earlier the payment of 150 hour was in the form of idle time. Now this 150 hours will be converted and paid for productive time. So how many hours we are extra needed for this order? 100 hours will have to be appointed through part-time employees, and they will be paid rupee 15. So before such order 150 into 15 is being paid, while after such order 250 into 15 is being paid. Therefore the extra cost we are incurring due to this special order is 100 into 15, 1500 rupees. While in case of grade 2 labor, we require just 100 hours while we are having 200 idle hours. We are already paying the worker 200 hours for idle time because right now we are not having any production for them. But when we accept this special order, then out of 200 hours, this 100 hours will be converted from idle to productive, and converting from idle to productive will not incur any kind of new additional labor cost. Therefore grade 2 labor cost is irrelevant. Clear है बेटा? बढ़े आगे। तो ये आपकी मिनिमम प्राइस आ जाएगी दिस टू कॉस्ट, एंड दिस वन विल बी अ रेलिवेंट रेवेन्यू. सो एक अमाउंट आपका माइनस में जाएगा एंड द रिमेनिंग टू विल बी द प्लस अमाउंट. क्लियर है बेटा? चलिए now let's start question number 7. It's a very good question beta. Mark this question even for last day before examination. Although the solution part is very small, but it's a very, very good question. Question number 7. Can I start? देखिए, Rabi Limited is considering the discontinuation of Department C. So what is the decision in hand? Whether to continue Department C or whether to discontinue Department C. This is the decision. The following information is given. Department A and B data are given combinedly. Department C, which is the decision in hand, is given separately. Total is being given to you. Sales given, variable cost given, contribution given, specific avoidable fixed cost. There are two important words used before the fixed cost. The first one is specific. The second one is avoidable. Okay. We will later on focus on what this word signifies. Specific and avoidable that has been used with the word fixed cost. Divisional income has been given. Department A and B are earning a total profit of 6,21,000, while department is incurring a loss of 1,72,500. So the total profit of the organization is 4,48,500. This line is very important and requires some interpretation. Then only you can provide the correct answer. The rate of variable cost are 90% of the normal rate due to the current volume of operation. The rate of variable cost are 90% of the normal rate. Suppose the material labor costs ₹100, but due to the current volume, the cost that we are incurring for the same quantity and the same quality of that product is ₹90. The rate of variable cost are 90% to the normal rate due to the current volume of operation. Right now, we are dealing with three departments: Department A, Department B, and Department C. So this current volume of operation entitles our variable cost to be lower by 10%. Okay. There is adequate market demand for any lower volume of operation. Currently, we are operating three departments, A, B, and C. If we discontinue Department C, then it amounts to lower volume of operation. What would happen? The rate would go back to the normal rate, the variable cost rate, which we are benefited by almost 10%. will go back to its normal rate in case of any lower volume of operation. Facilities released by discontinuing Department C cannot be used for any other purpose. There are specific machinery for Department C. Might be there is dedicated space for Department C. It has been clearly given if you discontinue Department C, then the same facility cannot be used anywhere else in the organization. It will remain idle. Comment on the decision to discontinue Department C using the relevant cost approach. It is clearly given relevant cost approach. It means you have to check each and every point through two conditions. The first condition will be the cost or revenue must be a future one, and such future cost or revenue must change according to my decision. And what is the decision here? Whether to continue or discontinue Department C. Okay, so I'm giving you some time, beta. Don't look out at the answer part. It will not help to you. Try on your own whether discontinuing Department C will be beneficial to the organization or not. And the important word associated with fixed cost are, they are specific fixed cost, they are avoidable fixed cost. Right now, it is appearing that discontinuing Department C is the beneficial option, but it is not so, beta, because although you can save the loss of Department C, but what impact it will make on Department A and B? The variable cost impact. Due to the current volume of operation, whatever variable cost rate are, we are supposed to incur only 90% of that. Indirectly, there is a cost saving of 10%. For any lower volume of operation, if you discontinue Department C, then the variable cost would go back to the normal rate. Means right now we are incurring only 90% instead of 100% variable cost. If we discontinue Department C, the variable cost will go to its normal. That is, now we have to incur the normal variable cost. There will be no cost saving of 10%. Okay, so I'm giving you time, beta, approximately 4 to 5 minutes to solve this question on your own without referring to the study material solution. Okay, it's for your practice time. Try point number 1 sales, point number 2 variable cost, point number 3 fixed cost, and point number 4 variable cost. Consider this 4 cost and you will definitely reach a conclusion whether discontinuing Department C will be in the favor of the organization or not. Okay, 4 to 5 minutes are available with you. And once you have completed the question, beta, please communicate me the answer. Consider from the two conditions, relevant cost and relevant cost must change due to decision in hand. Okay, beta, Geeta Patel, you have given one of the point, beta. Give me the complete answer. Okay, Aniket, beta, please clear. 57,500 extra loss is due to continuation or discontinuation of department fee. The answer is correctly calculated by you, but require some clarity whether that loss will be in continuation or discontinuation of department fee. Yes, Aniket, correct है बेटा बिल्कुल. चलिए बेटा. So let's start the question. 5,17,500 is the inflow if we continue department fee. Okay. But if we discontinue department fee, if we discontinue department fee, then what will be the relevant cost and what will be the relevant revenue? Okay, beta. Now, very first point, if we discontinue department fee, inflow in the form of sales revenue will be avoided. So therefore, it will be a relevant cost, inflow to be avoided, inflow of sales avoided due to discontinuation of department fee. What is the amount of it? At 5,17,500. 5,17,500. What is the variable cost? 2,76,000. It's an outflow, but if we discontinue department fee, then outflow will be avoided. Outflow, variable cost avoided, 2,76,000. Alternatively, if you do not want to consider sales and variable cost, you can simply consider the contribution. That will also be the correct approach. Now, for fixed cost, two words are given. That is, these are the specific fixed cost. What do you mean by specific fixed cost? Attributable to department A and B and attributable to department C. Otherwise, whenever the word fixed cost are given, there are some fixed costs which are department specific, while the remaining major portion will consist of common cost of the organization, such as rent of the factory, supervisor salary, security staff salary, lighting bill of the factory. These are the common fixed costs. But the word given specific means 4,14,000 is specific to department fee, and the second word given is avoidable. If we discontinue department fee, full 4,14,000 rupee can be avoided. So it's an outflow if we continue, but if we discontinue, 4,14,000 would be an outflow avoided due to discontinuation of department fee. So it will be a benefit to us. Okay. So again, outflow in the form of fixed cost. Outflow in the form of fixed cost avoided. It's 4,14,000. Now the most important point is variable cost, extra variable cost incurred in department A and C due to discontinuation of department C. If we discontinue department C, right now the variable costs are at 90% of rate. But for any lower volume of operation, that is, if we discontinue department C, the variable cost will be incurred at its normal rate. So what is the current variable cost of department A and B? It's 20,70,000. In percentage terms, it is 90% of the normal rate. The benefit is because we are having three departments, A, B, and C. Now, if we discontinue department C, then in that case of lower volume of operation, our variable cost will go back to its normal rate. So 20,70,000 is equal to 90%, then the 100% will be 23 lakh. So the normal rate is 23 lakh, but because of bulk operation, the variable costs are being incurring at 90%. But if we discontinue department C, variable cost will go to normal. So 20,70,000 is equal to 90%, and the extra cost that will be incurred is 10. So it's 2,30,000. So tell me, beta, what will be the final amount? What will be the relevant cost and what will be the relevant revenue of discontinuing department C? So the relevant cost is 5,15,700 plus 2,30,000. So the relevant cost is 7,47,500. Okay. And it's 2,76,000 plus 4,14,000. It's 6,90,000. So there is a net relevant cost. And what is the net relevant cost? It's 57,500. It means if you discontinue department C, whatever cost we are incurring right now, in addition to that cost, we will incur 57,500 if we discontinue department C. Therefore, it is not recommended to discontinue department C. Even if that department is incurring loss, in very simple terms, beta, I will tell you, very, very simple term. How much loss you can save by discontinuing department C? It's 1,72,500. This is the saving. But what extra amount you are incurring on variable cost of department A and B? 2,30,000. So to save 1,72,500, you are incurring extra 2,30,000. That is the net loss of 57,500. But that will not work in the examination, beta. This is the shortcut that we want to save 1,72,500. To save 1,72,500, you have to incur 2,30,000 in the variable cost of department A and B. So that is not a cost beneficial option. Okay. So any doubt beta in this particular question? A very good question given in the study material. Okay, beta. Many students have wrongly interpreted Kanimoji or Fatima, whether it is clear, beta. The 57,500 is in addition to the existing loss of continuation. If you continue, you will incur 1,72,500. If you discontinue, apart from 1,72,500, you will incur extra 52,500. I have already given you the shortcut. To save 1,72,500, it is not beneficial to incur 2,30,000 in department A and B. It will definitely reduce your overall profit by 57,500. ये क्लियर हुआ बेटा ये क्वेश्चन आपको? Can we proceed further? Please reply with yes or no. Waiting for your reply. Please comment beta if there is any doubt, or we should proceed for next question. Okay, Geeta Patel, Fatima, Pradeep, and Manikam. Okay, beta. Chali. So let's move to the next question. Now, this is a very, very, very special question. It has been asked twice in your examination under new syllabus. It is also appeared in the old syllabus also multiple times. So very, very important question. Question number 8. Okay. So let's read out this combinedly, and then I will give you time to solve requirement part number 1. The most important requirement part are requirement part number 3 is the most important requirement part of this particular question. Okay. First and second are comparatively easy as compared to requirement part number 3. The green part is requirement part number 3. Okay, beta. So let's start this question. B&Z Limited is engaged in the manufacture of plastic bottle of a standard size and produced by a joint process of machine. So the name of the company is B&Z Limited. They are engaged in the manufacture of plastic bottle of standard size and produced by multiple machines. The factory has 5 machines and capable of producing 40 bottles per hour. So the capacity is production of 40 bottles per hour, and they are having 5 machines. The variable cost per bottle is 32 paise and the selling price is 80 paise each. The company has received an offer from another company for manufacture of 40,000 units of a plastic molded toy. Can you tell me the most important word, single word in this particular line? I want to check beta how minutely you are reading the question. The most important word, there is only single word which is the most important word in this particular line. Can you please tell me that line? Tell me that particular word. That single word, which is the most important word in this particular line. Rashmi, please reconsider your answer, beta. That's not the correct one. Please revert fast, beta. What is the most important word in this particular line? No Aniket, Karthik, no beta, no Rashmi again, not the correct word. No Pradeep. Fatima, please give me single word, beta. You have provided me three words. Please provide me single word that is the most important. No beta, Geeta Patel. No student has rightly answered right now. The most important word in this particular line. Okay, Bhaumik. So the most important word is this one. We have received the order of toy while the product we are manufacturing is bottles. The order we have received is related with plastic toy while the current product is plastic bottle. So altogether a new product is required to be manufactured by us if we accept this order of 40,000 units. Clear है बेटा? तो बहुत बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट वर्ड था because right now we are producing the plastic bottle while the order has been received of plastic toy. तो जो उसका मोल्ड रहता है जिसको हिंदी में बेटा सांचा बोला जाता है that will be completely different. The plastic bottle will have different mold while the plastic toy will have altogether different mold. Okay. Now the price per toy is rupee 30 and the variable cost is rupee 24 each. Okay. In case the company takes up the job, it has to meet the expenses of making a special mold required for the manufacture of the toy, and the cost of the mold is 1 lakh rupee. Okay, and this mold will be exclusively used. हिंदी में क्या बोलेंगे बेटा? मोल्ड को सांचा, शेप जो आता है ना, जो प्लास्टिक ग्रेन्युअल्स में हम डाल के जिसके थ्रू हम शेप देंगे, that is known as mold, and it will cost us rupee 1 lakh. And this mold will not be utilized in our existing product. It will be exclusively prepared only and only for this special order. Okay. The company time study analysis shows that machine can produce only 16 toys per hour, while the manufacturing rate of bottle is 40 bottles per hour. That is the existing product. But if we manufacture toy in the existing machine, the rate of production is 16 toys per hour. The company have a total capacity of 10,000 hours during the period in which toy is required to be manufactured. So we are having a total of 10,000 machine hour capacity in which not only we have to manufacture the bottle, and if the capacity permit, we can manufacture the toy order as well. The fixed cost, excluding the cost of construction of the mold during the period, would be rupee 10 lakh. Okay. The company has an order for the supply of 3 lakh bottles during the period, and the bottles are its current product. Okay. Now read out the requirement part number 1. I'm giving you complete 5 minutes to think on your own what would be the answer of requirement part number 1. Okay. And only one hint, beta, do not try to solve this question orally. Try it on a rough page and definitely you will provide me the correct answer for requirement part number 1. So I'm giving complete 5 minutes to you for requirement part number 1. First, derive the structure beta, na, whatever has been asked in the requirement part, what basic calculation you have to do before proceeding towards the solution of the requirement part number 1. चलिए बेटा, तो स्टार्ट करें। तो देखिए, सबसे पहले बेटर होगा आप इस पूरे क्वेश्चन को सिंप्लीफाई कर दीजिए। ओके, सो लेट्स सिंप्लीफाई दिस क्वेश्चन फर्स्ट, because there are many detail given for the existing product toy and the new order of existing product bottle and the new product toy. So this is existing product and this is new product. So the existing product is bottle and the new product is toy. Okay, so first of all, output per hour. If we manufacture existing bottle, what is the output per hour? It's 40 bottle. While if we manufacture the toy, the output is 16 toy per hour. What is the sale price? It's 80 paise and it's 30 rupee. What is the variable cost given in the question? It's 32 paise and it's 24 rupee. Okay. Then we have been given orders. नंबर ऑफ यूनिट्स कितनी है? एग्जिस्टिंग मॉडल की हमें नेक्स्ट पेज में दिया हुआ है, वी आर हैविंग 3 लाख यूनिट्स ऑफ ऑर्डर, while the toy we have received 40,000 toy order. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है, स्पेशल मोल्ड। नॉट अप्लीकेबल, यहां पे नहीं लगेगा, लेकिन यहां पे हमें 1 लाख रुपी इनकर करने पड़ेंगे फॉर स्पेशल मोल्ड। and the total capacity available with us together is 10,000 hours. Okay, so the first requirement part is whether would you accept the toy order in addition to supplying 3 lakh plastic bottle. क्या 3 lakh plastic bottle supply करने के बाद भी आप toy order accept करेंगे क्या? This is the first requirement part. So the basic calculation will be, first of all, we have to check how many hours are required to manufacture 3 lakh bottle and how many hours are required to manufacture 40,000 toy. So per hour, the output per hour is 40. So please tell me, beta, to manufacture 3 lakh bottle, how many hours are required? I require 7,500 machine hours. Okay. So first point, hours required to manufacture 3 lakh bottles. Hours required to manufacture 3 lakh bottle is 7,500 machine hours. Whether it is clear to you, beta? It's 3 lakh divided by 40 because in every hour we can produce 40 bottles every hour. Okay, so 7,500 hours are required. And how many hours are required to manufacture 40,000 toys? But 40,000 divided by 16, it's 2,500 machine hours. 2,500 machine hour. So 40,000 toys के लिए में 2,500 machine hour चाहिए. It means we are having a total of 10,000 machine hour. Out of that 10,000 machine hour, 7,500 will be diverted towards the production of 3 lakh plastic bottles. Therefore, we are left with 2,500 idle time. And coincidentally, for manufacturing of toy, we also require 2,500 hours. Okay, so the 40,000 can be easily completed from the idle production. Okay, so let's check out what is the contribution we can earn. Its contribution ₹6 multiplied by 40,000. 6 multiplied by 40,000 कितना आ रहा है? It's 2,40,000 rupees of contribution. But to earn this 2,40,000 of contribution, we have to incur ₹1 lakh towards the special mold. Still, we are left with extra contribution of 1,40,000. Therefore, we will accept this new toy order since it will increase our overall profit by ₹1,40,000. Any doubt, beta, in this calculation? Please communicate to me. And the existing fixed cost of ₹10 lakh is totally irrelevant because fixed cost is given in totality. Yes, 10 lakh is totality, but whether this fixed cost will change? No, ₹10 lakh will not change according to my decision of producing the toy order or not. So 10 lakh rupees is irrelevant. What is relevant? The increase of ₹1 lakh in the fixed cost in the form of spatial mold. बड़े बेटा आगे चलिए. Now requirement part number 2. If the order for the supply of bottle increases to 4 lakh, right now we are having the supply of 3 lakh bottle. Now, what if situation is given? If the supply of bottle, if the demand of the bottle is 4 lakh, will you advise the company to accept the order for the supply of plastic molded toy? Right now, after manufacturing 3 lakh bottle, we are left with 2,500 idle hour. In case we are not left with idle hour and still we want to accept the toy order, can you please tell me the alternative, beta? In the last session, we have also do that one. There are 2 questions in the last session in which the same technique has been applied. In case we are not having the sufficient hours to produce the special order, then what is the alternate available to us? Okay, I'm waiting for you, beta. Please communicate. I don't require any numerical answer. Just I require the conceptual part. In the first requirement part, we are having sufficient idle hour, so the toy order can be manufactured from that idle hour. In case there are no idle hour or less idle hour as compared to requirement, then how the labor machine hours can be arranged for the toy order? There is only one alternative. Can you please communicate me that alternative? No, Bhavin, outsource option is not at all given in the question. We cannot assume it as outsourcing. It is not given in till second requirement part, so we cannot assume the outsourcing. We have already done bit of such type of situation in the last session. How many hours are required? 4 lakh divided by 40 hours. So complete 10,000 hours will be utilized in manufacturing 4 lakh bottle. So we are not having any idle labor hours. So if still we want to manufacture to complete the toy order, then from where machine hours can be arranged? That's the question I'm asking to you. Also, the same concept you have applied in the last session also. Yes, Bhaumik, you have given the correct answer, beta. Congratulations. What about other student? Aniket, Pradeep, Fatima, Karthik, Geeta Patel. No, beta Fatima, that's not the correct answer. We can arrange the labor hour and check our calculation whether it is still beneficial. No, Geeta Patel, that's not the answer. No, Karthik, beta, that's not the answer. Only one student, Bhaumik, has given the correct answer. It's very simple, beta. If we are not having the machine hours required for toy, the only alternative reduce the supply of bottle to the external customer and divert the labor hours to the production of toy. But that will create opportunity cost. If because the labor hours are already engaged in the production of existing product, that is bottle. If we reduce the supply of labor hours to our existing product, definitely it will create some opportunity cost. Then we will check whether after creation of opportunity cost, still it is beneficial for us to accept the toy order. Okay, beta. So 4 lakh bottle order is there. 4 lakh divided by 40, 10,000. So the complete capacity will be utilized by the existing product, that is bottle. So there is no idle capacity. Still, if we want to check whether the acceptance of toy order is beneficial, what we have to do? We have to withdraw 2,500 hours from the bottle product and then divert such hours to toy manufacturing. But this process will create the opportunity cost. ओके बेटा, चलिए मैं आपको कुछ समय देता हूं 3 मिनट्स का. एक बार आप अपने लेवल पे चेक कीजिए वेदर आफ्टर क्रिएटिंग द अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट वेदर इट इज स्टिल बेनिफिशियल टू मैन्युफैक्चर टू एक्सेप्ट द ऑर्डर ऑफ टॉय ऑर्डर, है ना. चलिए. No, beta, Pradeep, additional machine hours are not available in the question, so we cannot assume on our own that additional hours can be arranged. Never, beta. नो प्रदीप बेटा, दैट्स नॉट द करेक्ट आंसर. देखिए क्या करना पड़ेगा बेटा, हमें यहाँ पे कैलकुलेशन क्या करना पड़ेगा, प्लीज लिसन वेरी केयरफुली. Hours required to manufacture 4 lakh bottle, it will be 10,000 machine hours. 10,000 machine hours. Total availability is also 10,000. It means there are no idle hours. So the only option available is since there are no idle hours, since there are no idle hours, thus we will withdraw 2,500 machine hours from bottle manufacturing, but that will create the opportunity cost. Okay, so therefore contribution per labor hour of bottle. Can you please communicate me the contribution per bottle? The contribution per bottle is 48 paise. 80 paise minus 32 paise, 48 paise per bottle, and the output is 40 bottle per hour. So the contribution per bottle is 0.48 per unit multiplied by 40 units per hour. 40 units per hour. So it will be 19.2 per hour of contribution. So by allocating the hours to our existing product, that is bottle manufacturing, we are earning 19.2 rupee towards contribution. But if we withdraw hours from the bottle manufacturing, we will not be able to earn 19.2 per hour multiplied by hour withdrawn. And how many hours are to be withdrawn? The complete 2,500 hours to be withdrawn. Therefore, the opportunity cost will be, 19.2 multiplied by 2,500. What is the amount? 19.2 multiplied by 2,500. It's 48,000 rupee. 48,000 rupee of opportunity cost we will create by withdrawing the hours from the bottle manufacturing division. Whether we are going right now, beta? 48,000 it's 4 like 80,000. Just a minute. 30 paise, 32 paise. सही है बेटा, सही है, बिल्कुल सही है. Opportunity cost will be 48,000. अब चेक कीजिए आप, अगर ये आप स्पेशल ऑर्डर एक्सेप्ट कर लेते हैं, then what is the contribution from toy? Contribution from toy, it's 6 rupee multiplied by 40,000 units, 2,40,000. Okay, minus special mold cost 1 lakh. Even after considering the opportunity cost of 48,000, still you are earning 96,000 rupee. Therefore, it is beneficial to withdraw 2,500 hours from the bottle manufacturing division, so that not only after recovering those 48,000, the extra amount we will earn is rupee 96,000. Therefore, even if the demand for the existing bottle is 4 lakh unit, we are ready to accept the order of special toy, because it will result in increase in contribution by 96,000. Okay, beta, can I assume this point is clear to you? Can I assume beta this point is clear to you? चलिए अब आते हैं अपन पॉइंट नंबर 3, विच इज द मोस्ट स्पेशल पार्ट ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन. द मोस्ट स्पेशल पार्ट. आइए देखिए बेटा क्या बोल रहा है. एन एसोसिएट कंपनी ऑफ BNZ लिमिटेड has idle capacity. What is the name of our company? The name of our company is BNZ Limited. Okay. Now, an associate company of our has an idle capacity and is willing to take up the whole or part of the manufacturing of the plastic molded toy on subcontracting basis. Our associate have idle capacity. Our associate have given us the offer that if we want, we can outsource them the plastic molded toy on subcontracting basis, either the whole order of 40,000 or a part of it. The subcontract price inclusive of the construction of the mold is 28 रुपी per toy. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. अगर अब हम सब कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कर देंगे कंप्लीट ऑर्डर, then we will not need to have any purchase of the mold. So the subcontracting price will be rupee 28. Determine, this is very, very, very important. Determine the minimum expected excess machine hour capacity needed to justify any portion of the toy order by the company. हमारे पास कितनी idle capacity कम से कम होना चाहिए so that we can do manufacturing on that hour. If the capacity is less than that hour, it is better to subcontract the complete order. है ना? आप सोचिए बेटा, बहुत ज्यादा अच्छा पॉइंट है. This is super point number 3rd. Okay, so I'm giving you some time, 4 to 5 minutes to try on your own. हमारे पास कितने minimum hour होने ही चाहिए so that we can justify the manufacturing. Otherwise, it's better to completely outsource the molded toy order. है ना? Waiting for your order, waiting for your answer, beta. A super request from my side. Please read out this requirement part once or twice, and then only think about the structural part, and especially the point which I have highlighted. Those are the keywords because that is the basic answer the requirement part expect from us. Okay, chaliye. So I'm giving you 4 to 5 minutes to think on this requirement part number 3rd. Aniket Jain, Geeta Patel, beta, the answer is correct. Geeta Patel, just convert that units answer into hours, beta, because the term capacity has been used and it is to be expressed in terms of machine hours. No, beta Karthik, that's not the requirement part. Please read out the requirement part. They have asked the minimum capacity. Okay, beta. So let's start. देखिए, the benefit of manufacturing is the variable cost is less. Okay. If you prepare a chart about subcontracting and manufacturing, what will be the outcome? Okay, अगर हम ये सब कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करते हैं एंड ये हम मेक करते हैं, so the benefit will be in the form of variable cost. If we subcontract, for every unit we have to pay rupee 28 to our associate in the form of subcontracting charges. But if we manufacture the same, the variable cost will be rupee 24. There will not be any fixed cost in case of subcontracting because the spatial mold will be purchased by the subcontractor and not by us. So here the benefit, the cost that will be incurred is rupee 1 lakh. So the benefit will be saving of rupee 4 per unit if we manufacture the toy, but the cost that will incur is rupee 1 lakh. So we have to justify the incurrence of rupee 1 lakh, then only we can go for manufacturing the molded toy. Otherwise, it's better to have the outsourcing facility available with us and outsource all the molded toy order, because the saving is rupee 4, but the extra cost that we are incurring in case of manufacturing even a single toy will be rupee 1 lakh. Therefore, we can find out a break-even point. The excess cost is rupee 1 lakh, while the benefit is rupee 28 minus 24. So how many units we have to manufacture in-house in order to recover this 1 lakh rupee? It's 25,000 toys. If we manufacture less than 25,000 toys, we will not be able to recover the fixed cost of rupee 1 lakh. Okay, so the minimum capacity needed to justify the manufacturing of the toy is 25,000 toys. But since the capacity word has been used, therefore, better to convert this 25,000 toys in terms of machine hour. 25,000 divided by 40. 25,000 divided by 40. No, 40, 16. 16 every time. 25,000 divided by 16. So it's 1562.5 hour, approximately 1563 hour. If you are having idle capacity of 1563 hour for more, then only you can manufacture the toy. Otherwise, subcontract all the toy. It will be beneficial for the organization. Okay. Suppose we are having only 1500 hours. Suppose the minimum hours required for manufacturing are 1563. But in case, suppose you are having only 1500 hours, then tell me 1500 hours multiplied by 16 will produce a maximum of 24,000 toys, while to recover rupee 1 lakh, we require the minimum production in-house of 25,000 toy. Otherwise, we will not be able to recover the extra cost in the form of mold of rupee 1 lakh. But this is the answer, beta, na? Because they require the answer to be in capacity. So 1563 is our final answer. Okay. Any doubt, beta, in this particular question? Take this question as very, very important. Even in the last day before examination, you should have a lookout of this question, especially the requirement part number 3rd. Okay, I'm waiting, beta. If you are having any doubt, you can ask me a very, very special question in the study material. Please reply, beta, whether we should continue, or if you are having any query, you can ask us. We will definitely resolve the same. This is the question of marginal costing. We will cover this question in the next lecture. Okay, no doubt, beta. Chali. So let's start. Question number 1. For today's session, beta, we are not having any break since I have to catch a flight. So we will leave the class early before the scheduled time of 9. We already covered 15 minutes in the last session. Definitely, we will cover some more 15 minutes in the coming session, so that the loss of 45 minutes today, approximately 30 minutes exclusive of break, will be covered. Okay. So today the class will be approximately till 8:15 only, beta. है ना? Evening 8:15 तक ही आज अपनी क्लास है. So let not take any break and continue with another question. Please open beta page number 34. It's question number 1. Page number 34, question number 1. So I'm giving you time, beta. It's a very simple question. First of all, have a newspaper reading of this question in the initial 2 minutes, and then the remaining 3 to 4 minutes should be devoted towards solving this question by interpreting the requirement. Okay. So a very simple question. I am quite confident that each and every student will provide me the correct answer of this question number 1. Okay, beta. So I'm giving you approximately 5 to 6 minutes to complete this question on your own. A very simple question of decision making by relevant costing. Okay, chill. Please communicate me the answer, beta. It's a very, very simple question. Hoping that each and every student will provide me the correct answer. Okay, Karthik beta, let's wait so that I can get the answer from other student also. Aniket, please check beta. I don't think the answer will be in rupee, in lakhs of rupee. Okay, it will be definitely under rupee 1 lakh. Please check your answer, Aniket Jain. Shri beta. So let's start this question. So we are comparing the existing manual system with the wireless cash management system. In case of existing system, what are the costs we are incurring? We are incurring the payment to clerk. There are 3 clerk. Okay. Each will be paid rupee 90 for 4 hours for a continuous period of 240 days. Okay. So we are, you have a choice beta, whether to convert the data on per annum basis or whether to convert the data on a period of 5 years. Your decision will remain same. You will get full marks, no doubt about that. So 3 into 90 into 4 into 250, 240, sorry. 3 into 90 into 4 into 240. So 2,59,200 is the annual cost of the current system. Is the annual cost of current system. करेक्ट है, ये पर एनम हुआ आपका. While the wireless cash management system, what will be the cost? The first cost will be 1,25,000. It will be depreciated over a life of 5 years because this is the capital cost. So what will be the cost? It's 25,000 plus 36,000 will be the operating cost of this wireless cash management system. Along with that, we require 1 clerk only, plus 1 into 90 into 4 into 200. 1 into 90 into 4 into 240. Okay, plus 36,000 plus 25,000. So it's 1,25,800 per annum. So the difference will be the wireless cash management cost will be 1,25,800, while the existing cost is 2,59,200. Therefore, the benefit would be approximately 1,33,400 rupee on per annum basis. Okay, ठीक है बेटा. So there is a benefit if we accept the wireless cash management proposal system. Whether I have done a wrong calculation? Just a minute, beta. $259,200 is for 3 clerk plus 36,000 plus 25,000. Yeah, beta, wrong calculation. It's 1,47,400. ये 1,47,400 आएगा per annum basis पर. It's 1,47,400. So tell me the benefit, 259,200. So the benefit is 1,11,800. क्लियर है बेटा? एनी डाउट? बड़े आगे अपन चलिए. सो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Now again, this is a very, very simple question. The numerical part is given only in para number 2, while all other details are the normal details required for a better understanding of the question. For the numerical question, that is the minimum amount that we will charge is dependent on only the second para, the only numerical para available in the question. So why not you try this question also on your own, beta? Definitely, the more the question you solve on your own, the better the confidence you will get for the examination, because it is ultimately you who have to face the examination. So when you fall on your own without referring to the any answer in the coming 5 to 7 minutes, although some of the points may got wrong, but it doesn't matter because you are in the learning stage. It's better to learn from your own mistake during this stage rather than in the examination. Okay, beta? So once again, giving you 5 to 7 minutes to complete this question number 2 on your own, beta. Again, a very simple question, and the only numerical para available in this question is para number 2. Please communicate me the answer, beta, if you have completed the calculation and relevancy of numerical part given in para number 2. अनिकेत बेटा, the correct answer है. Congratulations. Other student beta, please reply fast so that we can start another question. No beta, Gita Patel, that's not the correct answer. Sufficient information is given beta in the question regarding to consider the relevancy. No, Karthik beta, it's not correct. Bomik, it's not the correct answer. Okay beta, let's start. देखिए, so this complete line is not at all relevant because this is the normal price of the tickets we charge to our normal customer. While in this special question, we have to decide the amount that will be charged, minimum amount that will be charged. So this is 160 rupee for children and 200 rupee for adult are for the shows that will take at normal course of time. While this is the special show that will take place at 8:30 a.m., which is usually not the normal time. So we cannot charge the same price in this case because this is a special show. So we have to charge the special pricing. So this line is totally irrelevant because this is for the normal show timing. Okay. Now, company estimate that the running cost are rupee 10,000. If no extra show are conducted, no extra 10,000 rupee will be incurred. Since due to this extra show, we have to incur rupee 10,000 out of our pocket. Therefore, this 10,000 rupee will be the relevant cost. Okay. Next point. In addition, 7,500 fixed costs are allocated. I have already told you multiple times in the last session, and we have also written this concept that unless otherwise fixed cost is given in totality and that total fixed cost changes due to our decision in hand, we cannot consider fixed cost as relevant one. It should be irrelevant. है ना? Other word, जब भी allocated word दिया होगा, absorbed word, charge, apportionment, all these are indicating that fixed overhead is only a part of recovery. It is not incurred in excess of the current total overhead. So unless otherwise the fixed cost is given in totality and that fixed cost has changed in totality due to our decision in hand, the fixed cost will be an irrelevant one. ठीक है बेटा, 3 amount दिए हुए थे. पहला amount क्यों irrelevant है? Because that is the revenue that we charge from the normal customer. While in the question itself asks the amount that will be charged. So it is not to be taken. It is not considered to be relevant for this particular special show. Rupee 10,000, since it will be the running cost of any show. Therefore, if we are conducting a special show, then definitely 10,000 rupee will have to be incurred by us additionally. So this will be the relevant cost. Rupees 7,500 is irrelevant because the fixed cost is an allocated one. Out of the total existing overhead, it's a part of that overhead. While we require the total incurrence to increase due to special order, then only that increase in total fixed overhead will be relevant to us. Clear हुआ बेटा ये आपको? Clear है? And now the verb here used is not the calculator, recommend. So can you recommend some more points to the organization? That the first point is whenever the children or the adult comes, definitely we will have another revenue from the food counter, है ना? जो फूड काउंटर है वहां पे पॉपकॉर्न हो गया, पेप्सी हो गया, उसका भी हमें एक्स्ट्रा रेवेन्यू मिलेगा. दैट वी हैव टू कंसीडर. सेकंड, if we give proper service to the children, definitely they will bring their parent in the normal show in the near future whenever we are organizing any other event in our organization. So these are the other point you should consider while having a final decision on the special show of the institute. Clear है? चलिए बेटा, अब आइए आप आज के लास्ट क्वेश्चन में, द लास्ट क्वेश्चन ऑफ टुडे. प्लीज ओपन पेज नंबर 38. Please open it up, page number 38. It's the last question of today. Okay, so I'm starting question number 8. Golden Pacific Airlines Limited operated service under the brand name Golden Pacific. Okay, so the name of the airline is Golden Pacific Airlines Limited. The brand name is Golden Pacific. The Golden Pacific route network span prominent business metropolis as well as key leisure destination across the Indian subcontinent. Golden Pacific, a low-fare carrier launched with the objective of commoditizing air travel, offer airline seat at a marginal premium to train fare across India. So the important point is the brand name is Global Pacific. Other points are not relevant to us. Profit of the Golden Pacific have been decreasing for several years. In an effort to improve the company performance, consideration is being given to dropping several flights that appears to be unprofitable. Now this para is important. Profit of the brand has been declining over the years. So the first alternate that has been considered by the company is to drop those flights which appears unprofitable. Okay. Income statement for one such flight which fly from New Delhi to Leh, this is the flight number, is given below. These are the details given on per flight basis. Okay, so हमें दिया हुआ है. So the decision is whether to drop this flight New Delhi to Leh or continue the flight. Whether to drop the flight or continue, है ना? We will assume if we drop the flight, what will happen? Can you please tell me, beta? If we drop this flight, 7,35,000 will be a relevant or irrelevant one. 7,35,000 will be relevant or irrelevant one. Definitely it will be a relevant one and it will be a relevant cost. Why it will be a relevant cost? Because the amount, it's an inflow. Now, if we drop this flight, definitely our inflow will be avoided due to dropping of this flight. So it will be a relevant cost to us. ये हमारे लिए relevant cost है. Clear है बेटा? What about the variable cost of 1,47,000? It's given 1,400 per person. If we discontinue this flight, definitely it's an outflow. And if we discontinue this flight, outflow will be avoided. If we discontinue the flight, outflow will be avoided. So it will be a relevant revenue to us. ये हमारे लिए relevant revenue होगा. No need to consider contribution, because it's the difference between revenue and variable cost, and already we have considered it separately. Now flight expense, this is very, very important beta. Salary of the flight crew is 1,70,000 and salary of the flight assistant are 31,500. You have been given the very first point. Members of the flight crew are paid fixed annual salary, whereas the flight assistant are paid by the flight. Based on this point number 1, please tell me whether the salary of crew member and salary of flight assistant are relevant or irrelevant, or one is relevant and the other is irrelevant. I'm waiting for your answer, beta. Point number 1. Flight crew are paid fixed annual salary, while the flight assistant are paid by the flight. Are paid by the flight means they are paid per flight. 1,70,000 and 31,500. Whether they are relevant or irrelevant, I am waiting for your answer, beta. Please communicate fast. Okay, Karthik, beta, correct answer है आपका. Since the flight crew are paid fixed annual salary, their salary is not dependent on whether the flight will take off from New Delhi to Leh or not. They will be paid fixed annual salary. So the total amount that will be paid to the flight crew will remain same. Therefore, it will be an irrelevant cost. Okay. While the salary of flight assistant are paid by per flight. If we do not take off New Delhi to Leh, then we will not pay any amount to the flight assistant. Therefore, this outflow will be avoided. So it will be a relevant revenue to us. Okay. Now, regarding the baggage loading and flight preparation, you have been given point number 2, beta. Anna? Please read out that very carefully, beta. In the last session also, we have stressed much on that point, and also today we have discussed that point twice or thrice. Okay. So I'm expecting the correct answer from each and everyone. The relevancy of rupees 63,000, whether it is relevant or irrelevant. Okay, Karthik, correct answer a bit out. Very good. डेफिनेटली बेटा यहाँ पे एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट वर्ड दिया है. इट्स एन अलोकेशन ऑफ ग्राउंड क्रू सैलरी. Whether we are taking the flight from Leh or not, the baggage crew will be paid. The depreciation will be incurred on ground equipment. It's just an allocation. It's for of the total ground crew salary and depreciation. It's a part of that. Okay. So this word is important. And unless and until the fixed overhead is given in totality, and that totality will change according to my decision, it will always be an irrelevant cost. So it will be an irrelevant cost since it has an allocation of the existing cost. Since it's an allocation of the existing cost. Okay, beta. No further information is given regarding this point, but this line is sufficient to consider whether this point is relevant or irrelevant. Our decision is we are discontinuing our flight from New Delhi to Leh. Very simple, beta. Overnight cost for flight crew and assistant at destination. Since we will not take off the flight, therefore there is no need for the cost that will be incurred in the hotel premises to accommodate our flight crew member and the assistant. So therefore this outflow will also be avoided. So it will be a relevant revenue for us. Outflow avoided. Okay. No point is given regarding the fuel. No point is given regarding the fuel, but it's very simple, beta. Nothing special about it. Definitely, it will also be a relevant revenue since if we do not take off the flight, definitely the fuel will not be incurred. That is, the outflow will be avoided due to discontinuation of the flight. Now, tell me about the depreciation. An asterisk has been given, and the depreciation has been charged based on obsolescence. Okay. Can you please tell me whether the depreciation will be relevant or irrelevant one? Whether depreciation will be a relevant or irrelevant one. Depreciation is charged based on obsolescence. Okay. Definitely, beta, it will be an irrelevant one. depreciation is charged on multiple bases due to obsolescence or due to use or due to technological changes. If it is based on use, then definitely we can consider that the useful life has been extended. But since it is based on obsolescence, whether we operate this flight or not, the obsolescence of the technology will be there. So it will not be incurred or saved due to the decision of taking off the flight or discontinue the flight. Therefore, it will be an irrelevant cost. So ये हमारे लिए totally irrelevant होगा. Okay. Regarding the liability insurance, you have been given point number 3rd, beta, है ना? Read out that point number 3rd very carefully and then communicate to me whether that will be a relevant cost or partly relevant or partly irrelevant. If it is partly relevant, tell me the amount of relevant cost. Point number 3rd is given for liability insurance. Karthik, beta, whether it is fully relevant, then tell me the amount. Otherwise, if it is partly relevant, then also you have to communicate with the amount. भावीन कानानी सही आंसर है बेटा, बिल्कुल करेक्ट आंसर है. Only ₹49,000 is the relevant revenue. 1/3 of the liability insurance. It is clearly given that 1/3 of the liability insurance is a special charge faced against this particular flight. The flight number is GP022, which is taking from New Delhi to Leh. Okay. Why this is a special liability insurance? It has been given in the question because in the opinion of the insurance company, the destination of the flight, that is the Leh, is a high risk area. Okay. So out of 1,47,000, 98,000 is the normal insurance. Okay. The decision is not whether to sail or whether to operate the aircraft. The decision is whether to take off that flight or not. Whether we take off that flight or not, the aircraft remains with the company. Therefore, the remaining 2/3 insurance will have to be incurred anyhow because we are not selling the aircraft. Just we are taking the decision whether to fly aircraft to that destination or not. Aircraft will remain with us. Therefore, the remaining 2/3 insurance, that is 98,000, will be incurred anyhow, irrespective of our decision. Therefore, it will be irrelevant. If we do not take off the flight to Leh, then definitely the special insurance that we are incurring, the 1/3 of the total insurance, that is 49,000, will be a relevant revenue outflow to be avoided due to discontinuation of the flight. Okay. What about flight promotion, beta? Nothing is given in this particular question regarding the flight promotion, but we can definitely think on our own without any additional information whether it will be a relevant or irrelevant. Flight promotion. Okay, almost all of the students have given the correct answer regarding the flight insurance. Very good. Now, what about the flight promotion? Definitely, beta, it will be a relevant revenue since if we do not operate this flight, we will not advertise this flight. If we not advertise the flight, definitely the outflow can be avoided due to discontinuation of this flight. Okay. Now, hangar parking fee, point number 4 is given for this specific point. Please tell me whether 7,000 rupee regarding the hangar parking fee for aircraft at destination is relevant or irrelevant. Okay, beta, very good. It's an irrelevant one because it has been given the hangar parking fee is a standard fee charged for aircraft at all airports. If we operate this aircraft, then the aircraft will be parked in the city of Leh. While if we do not operate this flight, then it will be parked in New Delhi. And it is given, it is a standard fee charged for aircraft at all airports, whether we are parking the aircraft at New Delhi or if we continue this flight, then we will park this aircraft at Leh. This is the standard fee. That is, it will be incurred irrespective whether we are operating this flight or not. But if the decision is whether to sell this aircraft or not, in that case, this will be a relevant revenue. Since if we sold out the aircraft, then definitely this outflow will be avoided. But decision is not related to sale or continuation of aircraft. Decision is related with aircraft will remain with us, whether this aircraft will fly to Leh or not. Okay, so this will be an irrelevant one since it will be incurred anyhow, irrespective whether we continue or discontinue this flight. So tell me, beta, whether the net result is relevant cost or relevant revenue. There is only one relevant cost in the name of revenue, that is inflow avoided. Rest are all relevant revenue. So our total 1,47,000, 31,500, 12,600, 2,38,000, 49,000, and 28,000. So the relevant revenue is 5,06,100, while the relevant cost is 7,35,000. So if we discontinue this flight, there will be net relevant cost of rupee approximately 2,20,30,000 approximately. This will be the net relevant cost if we discontinue. If we discontinue this proposal, then the cost will be 7,35,000, while the benefit is just 5,06,100. Therefore, it's better to continue this flight. Otherwise, we will result in a net loss of approximately 2,29,000 rupees. Okay, so यही पूछा था बेटा हमसे, using the data available, what impact dropping airline would have on the airline profit. अगर इस airline को हम drop कर देते हैं, then definitely we will incur some extra cost, और वो cost होगी 7,35,000 minus 5,06,100. It will be 2,28,900. Say whatever profit we are earning, that profit will get further reduced. Okay, beta, any doubt in this particular question? Any doubt, beta, in this particular question? Please communicate to me. In the next session, beta, we will study the marginal costing technique, and based on that, we will definitely complete this chapter. 2 or 3 more questions are there, which are very special in this particular chapter. We will cover that questions along with the technique of marginal costing in the next session. ओके बेटा, सो आज हम क्लास को यहीं पे वाइंड अप करते हैं. थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग द सेशन. गॉड ब्लेस यू ऑल बेटा. थैंक यू अनिकेत फॉर योर विशेष बेटा. थैंक्स अ लॉट. चलिए, थैंक यू. गॉड ब्लेस यू ऑल. टेक्निकल टीम, प्लीज एंड द सेशन.